Hello, how are you doing? I hope you are well. I'm Sandra Pollock from Open Mind Coaching, and I am here again sharing another Stop and Be Grateful Friday for you, or with you even. So every Friday I meet you here and I reflect on my week and take an opportunity to give thanks for those things that I am grateful for, at least some of those things that I'm grateful for, that I have encountered or experienced over the past week. And to encourage you to do the same, to stop, take some time and reflect on those things that are or have actually gone well in the past week. Because if you're like me, we can be so focused on making things happen and on achieving things that we jump from one thing to another and not really ever stopping to take the time to actually reflect and say, do you know what? I did this and it was really good, and what have I learnt from that experience? So that's the reason for me doing these Stop and Be Grateful sessions. Sometimes I have a title for them if there's a particular thing that is running through my mind or a particular theme. And so sometimes they have titles and sometimes they don't. So I've already got a couple people joining me. So thank you, Rachel. Rachel Neal, thank you so much for joining. Great to have you on board. And Janice. Travis, thanks for joining me as well. It's great to have, some of what I would consider my regulars sort of joining me here. So yeah, so what have I been up to this week? Well, like most of you, I have certain things that come under the category of routine. So the things that I do on particular days at particular times. Monday's my radio program in the afternoon. And I have started actually trying to do some live sessions whilst I'm on the radio. The unfortunate thing is that I can't do the music stuff, but I can share some of my conversation with you. So that's been fun, and I'm learning how to juggle that. The one thing I like about me, and I'm going to come back to liking myself or how we like ourselves or not in a second. But one of the things I like about me is the fact that I'm always pushing to try to learn to do something different. So on that topic then, about liking yourself, one of the businesses that I run is the Shakti Women, and that's a development program for women. And we look at every week, we deal with a different topic, and that we could be doing personal, professional, or business development. So it's quite fun. So that's every week. But this week we're looking at confidence and self, how we value ourselves, what self-value is. And one of the things, that I was reminded of again is the importance to actually like ourselves, to actually have a relationship with ourselves, a relationship, that we value. And that means that we appreciate ourselves and we stop and actually say, I like that about me. And that might seem really strange because especially in our culture, we don't tend to encourage people to like themselves. We especially, and I know this is for both men and women, but I think more so for women, we are encouraged to look outside of ourselves. The men are more encouraged to be strong and to be big and to make themselves take up more space as it was. But women, we are encouraged to be the reverse, to be small, to be little, to be and to focus outside of ourselves. So we're never really encouraged that much to stop and say, well, what do I actually like about me? What am I proud of about me? And if you don't have a relationship with yourself that you are happy with, then it'll be very difficult for you to find happiness and peace within yourself. So, so I am grateful that I'm learning this and have learned how to be thankful for myself and to not be ashamed or afraid to say I like this about me. And I guess, as I said a couple of seconds ago, one of the things I like about me is the fact that I'm always trying to stretch my boundaries and to learn to do something else. So actually doing Facebook Live at the same time as when you're actually doing a radio program is very interesting because you're trying to have a two-way conversation with an audience that can see you and with an audience that can't see you. So that's quite fun. So It's one of the things I'm thankful for. I think I've just about cracked it, just about got it good. So so I'm really pleased about that, because the first couple of times I did it, I was, yeah, it was a little bit of a battle within myself. How do I manage this? So I'm glad for that. I'm glad that my week has gone very well. It's been mostly routine and stuff that I'm working on that you can't always, share. But I've had a good week, and I am pleased that I've had a good week. We English people like talking about the weather an awful lot, but the weather here, at least where I'm in Leicester, has been quite mild, and it's even very mild today. And I know some people will say, no, we need the harsh weather, we need to kill off the germs and all that sort of stuff, and I'm sure that'll come. But right now the weather's quite mild, and I'm still enjoying it. What else have I enjoyed that's above the norm? As I said, it's been a pretty routine week for me. So I'm just thankful that I have had no big issues to deal with. I'm grateful for that. I am grateful for my travel up and down the motorway and stuff has been safe, and no incidents, no accidents, and that my family are all healthy and well and safe. So those things we should also stop and be grateful for, because there's so many other people in the world that have, relatives that are not well, and if you do, then I wish you and your relatives well. But if you have health and your family are well, then it's good to stop and to be thankful for that. The other relationship thing I want to talk about is the importance of working on our relationships. And a couple of things that have come up during this week. I have some fabulous friends that I work to create things with and do things with. And even when you love that working with somebody, you can still have situations that you have to work through. And I guess one of the things that I wanted to share is the importance of realizing that I believe that we meet people for a reason. People come into our lives for a reason. Sometimes it's for them to teach us something, and sometimes it's for us to teach them something, or it's for us to create things together, or just to enjoy each other's skills, abilities, just the way we are. Some of those relationships are for a short space of time, and some are for a longer space of time, and sometimes we don't always know. But I guess my point is to not only to appreciate our relationships, but be prepared to work on them, because sometimes in this throwaway world that we live in at the moment, we can feel, oh, something isn't working, so I'm just going to get rid of it, just throw it away. And we can do that with our relationships as well. But if we do that, we don't always get the best out of it. Now, people who know me would probably say I'm probably not the most patient person in the world. So So I'm probably one, if I'm honest, that will make a judgment and think, oh, okay, I had enough of that. But I try to reverse that natural, or what I would call automatic behavior in myself, and do what I can to try and work on it. And obviously, if you think you've done everything that you can to work on a relationship and it still isn't working for you, then it is absolutely right to let it go, because sometimes you just don't want to be in that stress and in that pain unnecessarily. But I guess my encouragement would be to try at least to do what you possibly can to work on your relationships, so that you make sure that you're bringing all that you can bring to a relationship, and at the same time you're getting something back. So being grateful for the relationships that we have, whatever types of relationships they may be, but also being grateful that in trying to work them out, we learn things. We learn things about ourselves, and we create opportunities for those around us to learn from us as well. So relationships provide, all sorts of different levels to our growth and our development as human beings and as individuals. So what relationships do you have that you are grateful for? Even those that you've had to work on, those that have not been entirely the easiest. Can you reflect on those ones and think, well, actually, okay, this has been a bit of a hard slog, but is there anything I've learned? And really being honest with yourself about what it is that you have learned. And that will give you an opportunity to appreciate and give thanks for even the difficult relationships. So there you go. That is my Stop and Be Grateful for this week. It is a little later than usual because I was out and about this morning and just could not get a strong enough internet access to do a live thing from being outside of the office. But and you know how much I like to do that and draw everybody in that's around me at the time. So this one's a little late, but I hope that it's valuable nevertheless. And whatever week you've had, share that with me. Tell me about your week. Tell me, about those things that you are grateful for. And if this has been useful, please share it on. So have a wonderful weekend. I'm wishing you love, light, and every good thing for your life, your family, and your work. And I just had a couple of people that have just found me. So hi, Nick. Great to have you on board. Bethany, lovely to have you. So today, just a quick summary for those who've just joined me. I've just been talking about relationships and the fact that sometimes, even with the difficult ones, the ones that, that cause us more hard work and slog sometimes than others, that asking us whether we're learning anything or we've learned anything from those difficult ones, and ask ourselves to be honest about what we brought to them. Even the difficult ones, we can find, if we're honest, we can find maybe that there may be one or two things we've learned, and be grateful for that. But also, I'm honest and open about the fact that sometimes if relationships are not working, then as long as you can look yourself in the mirror and say, I have given all that I can to that, I've tried my best to make it work, then sometimes it comes to a point that we just need to walk away. And that relationships are sometimes for different periods in our time. Some are for a short period of time and some for a longer one. And the difficulty sometimes is knowing which is which. But there you go. So I was talking about some of my relationships and that I'm grateful for them all, even the hard ones. And I've been given thanks for what I'm thankful for, those people around me that I love, and the things that have happened this week that I am grateful for. So yes, later than usual, but here you go. That is it for today. So it's really difficult because I hate to go on talking for too long. And I've just had Jenna join me. Hi, Jenna. Great to have you here. Thanks for checking in. So for those who don't know, I should just let you know that on a Monday I do a tip of the week, and I try and get these usually done by 10 o'clock in the morning. But today, yes, I said I was a little bit late because I couldn't get a connection elsewhere. I was out and about. And then on a Friday, I do this where I reflect on the week, on those things that I have learned and that I'm grateful for, and to encourage you to do exactly the same thing. Because when we try to create a mindset of gratitude, that lifts us and actually opens us up to receiving even more things to be grateful for. And that's the purpose of these Stop and Be Grateful. So I'm going to wish you love and light and a wonderful weekend. And if you're joining me late, then I hope that you go back to this when it's uploaded and have another look so that you've not missed anything. But thank you all for joining me. Have a wonderful weekend. And as we are preparing for, the holiday season, I'll be talking a little bit more about that in some of the sessions to come. But how are you doing with preparation? We've just about got started. So I'm looking forward to that, and just wrapping some presents that I've made for my family and friends. And I'll tell you about those after Christmas, because if I tell you about them before Christmas, then it won't be a surprise now, would they? So have a great time, have a great weekend, and I will catch up with you on Monday. Love you lot. Sending you lots of love and kisses, and I will see you soon. Thanks for joining. Take care. Bye-bye for now. Bye.